Hello everybody and welcome back to day 8 of Cards Against Humanity's 10 days or whatever of Kwanzaa. Now, since we last left off, I have realized a couple of things. One, some of the days I had before were a little bit out of order, and that's because I found that when I was researching and looking more into the puzzle. The puzzle, I was under the impression that the puzzle was going to be something relatively simple, easy, let's go find this. There's going to be something hidden in these, in the pictures on here. Oh, I was wrong, folks. The puzzle is crazy. If you look at the subreddit, if you look at the website, there are so many facets and dimensions to this puzzle. It is so off the wall. It couldn't possibly be done on your own. That's why the Reddit's involved, this, that, the other. I have spent hours and hours and hours researching and understanding where these different things came from. I went down the rabbit hole, and I went down the rabbit hole deep, and I'm going to continue to be there and try to solve this puzzle. But there's absolutely no sense in me just looking on video and being like, oh, that looks a little odd. Because it's just way beyond that. There's YouTube videos you have to watch, you have to listen to podcasts, you have to read different comic strips, go to different websites. It's off the wall. It is amazing. I love the fact that they did that. That being said, day 8, Cards Against Humanity's 10 days or whatever of Kwanzaa. It looks like that lizard apocalypse is happening that was mentioned in the cards from before. One of the clues is to find a scaly creature. That might have something to do with this. I can't tell you what, but it's definitely a running theme in some way, shape, or form, that's for sure. And nothing else of note there. So let's open this baby up and see what we got in the 8 days, or the 10 days of Kwanzaa, or whatever. So we have a note. Oh, this is day 9. Interesting. I did read on the forum somewhere that nobody had received day 8, whether this was a plan or not. I'm unsure, but this is going to remain my day 8 video because it's the 8th package I have. Today, we donated $250,000 to the Sunlight Foundation. The Sunlight Foundation is a nonprofit that advocates for open government and uses technology to make government more accountable to all. They give citizens and journalists tools to see who's spending money in politics and how much they're spending. We think better access to this information results in more timely and accurate reporting of political influence. If we're going to try to solve our problems together, we've got to make sure we hear from everyone, not just the people with the most money and power. Enclosed, you'll find a full report on the people and companies who have given money to an elected official who represents your state. If you want to see the report for all states, you'll have to share online. You can learn more at cardsagainsthumanity.com/sunlight. So this is going to be a report on DC. It should be a report on DC. It is taped shut. And it's written in... Okay, wait a minute here. This thing is definitely not in your standard... Let me carefully open this up. There we go. Huh. Written in the concepts of a list. That's for sure. Do I have to read this thing? Do I have to check it twice to find out what's going on? But as you can see, it's like getting your receipt at CVS. That's exactly what it's like. Report of financial contributions to the U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell we made with free open source tools from the Sunlight Foundation. A nonprofit lets us see who's spending money in politics and how much they're spending. Today, just 1% of people in America hold more than a third of the money in our country, and the Supreme Court Citizens United decision, gave constitutional permission for that 1% to pour the money into the elections. That's probably well over $4 billion we spend a year midterm elections, the most expensive ever. Our elected officials are public servants who work for us, and we believe you have a right to know who's buying their influence. Here are some of the major people giving money to influence with Senate majority leaders. And then it just goes on and on and on. It's a list of numbers. I'm sure there's some very important information in here, especially related to the puzzle and all. So I'll probably be going through this later. But it's definitely a Santa's list for sure. I would guess the naughty list because they seem to be very against it. I don't know. But I'm going to keep an eye out on this thing. Keep reading. Guys, day 8, Cards Against Humanity's 10 days or whatever of Kwanzaa. Stay tuned for day 9, day 8, whatever you want to call it. My day 8. Stay tuned for whatever we have tomorrow.